And I actually ended up really getting inspired by Cam Herold, who is the former COO of 1-800 Got Junk, who was, I think, employee number 14, left as employee number 3100, joined the company at a $1 or $2 or $3 million company, left as like $100 million company. And he wrote a book called Vivid Vision, which was about really getting clarity of like what your 3-year goal is, not worrying about how you're going to get there, not setting a 1-year goal, not setting a 5-year goal, but setting it far enough in the future where like you have to dream a bit, but not so far that the dream is unrealistic.
Right,
and
right.
His whole thing, and it took me a year to really get clarity around it, because I didn't want to just put something together for the sake of doing it. And I'm an A-type driver. I am not a creative. I have a hard time like, drawing stick figures, like that isn't in me. I know, like it's
I'm the same way.
yeah, that piece isn't in me. And in his book, he's like, you literally need to like disconnect from your business. And this was for the business owner. It was like, disconnect from your business, go into nature, leave your phone, take a pen and paper and write down like every key area of your business, of your personal life, of your family, of your relationships, like literally every little aspect that you can think of, and start to just think of like 3 years from now, what do you want your life to look like? And it was a really tough process for me. And I think it's a great thing to share, especially through my journey. I'm a huge golfer, and this was in the middle of COVID and the golf courses were closed. And I went to my like favorite golf course, and it was pouring rain. And I sat like in one of their driving range bays in like one of those like fold up lawn chairs, and sat there and started journaling stuff. And I'd never done anything like that before. And I ended up getting booted out of there when like one of the greenskeepers came up and noticed I was there after an hour. And I ended up going, the next place I could think of where there wouldn't be anybody was the cemetery. There was like a cemetery like a couple like minutes away from there, and was there for another hour in my car with the rain. And I figured like, what a place to be inspired, that like, eventually I'll end up in a place like this, and I better like make the best of all the opportunities that are in front of me. And I think the tie into all this is that it is extremely difficult to be a job seeker. It's extremely difficult when you're unemployed. It's extremely difficult when you're competing against like all the people you're competing against. And I think it is really important to go through this initial step and really set the foundation for what you're looking for. And the last piece that I'll touch on for this is, as an employment and recruiting company, we're often contacted by people who will apply and say like, I'm open to anything. I'm just looking for a job. And we really try to be empathetic with those people and give them guidance and coaching. But, one of the like internal kind of challenges or issues we've seen is, it's almost like saying, they say I'm looking for anything, and we go, okay, great. Well, I have a director of finance position that pays $200,000 a year. Are you interested in that? And they're like, oh my God, that sounds amazing. It's like, yeah, are you an accountant? And they're like, no. And it's like, well, that's not going to fit then. Like that doesn't work. You can't put your hand up and say, I'm open to doing anything, because the company doesn't want somebody who is willing or open to doing 100 different jobs. They want you to come in and apply saying, this is the type of company I want to work for. This is the type of role. This is what I'm highly motivated about. This is what I'm actively seeking with you and these other like really similar companies. And like, you have to paint a picture for them that, that you see alignment with them and they'll see alignment with you. And it has to be this like this relationship that ultimately gets created.